Hello, I'm Pickaxe and welcome back to Q&A Saturday. This is the highest quality series in the YouTube universe where I don't even make any content myself. I literally just take your content in the form of questions and then I give you the answers that come to off the top of my head because I haven't seen any of these questions before. What I did is I asked my assistant to grab 68 questions from a possible 2,000 and I want to prove how even with just 68, and she insists on adding an extra one there, I can't work out the significance in 68 plus 1, but either way, yeah, we're going to be going through 68 plus 1 questions and I want to prove how honestly when it comes to Q&As, it's really important to pick the questions because if you go through too many and if you go through too niche ones, you're going to end up with questions that might be interesting to the person that asked them, but aren't perhaps interesting to everyone else that's watching this video. And we're going to be testing that point in today's video. I'm going to have some fun, and I don't know for sure if you are, but let's jump into it, I guess. So with that said, let's go straight into the first question here, which comes in from Dog Pound. And first of all, fun name, by the way. I can pick that based on that alone. But he says, in your opinion, how could Minecraft be one of the greatest games ever created? And then he follows it up by, it looks like, saying so many more things can be done for creative survival, command blocks, and customization. And what he basically says right there is he answers his own question. How could Minecraft be one of the greatest games ever created? Well, clearly they need to update survival, creative, command blocks, and world customization. Thank you for answering your own question, Mr. Dog Pound. No, more seriously, it's a good answer, but again, it makes it kind of hard for me to answer while disagreeing with you, so I just won't answer at all. What are you going to do about that, Mr. Dog Pound? Again, love your name, by the way. Anyway, let's move into the second question, which comes in from Jay Robertson, who says, thoughts on dogs having different skin colors in Minecraft? For examples, Dalmatians, German Shepherds, Boxers, and Shiba Inus. So there are two things I have about this. One is that it makes sense on an intuitive level, right? Like, yeah, of course, you know, in the same way Minecraft cats come in different colors, we should have different colored Minecraft dogs, maybe even different sized Minecraft dogs. I mean, that would be cute, that'd be adorable, right? However, my second thing here is that, you know, going back to my Let's Play Monday advice, that all you need to do is ask a girl about a dog, you know, all you have to do is go into a girl's Minecraft world, find out what type of dog she likes, and then you'll have your in right there. So I think it's a great idea from a logic perspective, it should totally be added, but also great way to improve your Minecraft and chill sessions. So with that said, let's move into the third question, which comes in from KKQLeb, who says, can you please explain the different types of ice? I've been confused for a very long time. Also, I love your content, less than free. Thank you, KKQLeb. So there are 3 types of ice in Minecraft. I'm gonna have the editing have it on screen. There is ice, which is the OG type of, you know, like Minecraft water that's in solid form. So what this is this is where water freezes up in a mountain or an icy biome, and then you can silk touch it up and you can use it. However, if you put any, you know, direct sources of light near it, such as glowstone or torches, it's going to melt. And also, it's the least icy of the ice types, because if you take a lot of ice and you put it together, you get packed ice, which has less friction than regular ice, and also does not melt when you put torches near it. It's found mostly in ice spikes biomes, as well as icebergs and stuff like that. Basically, it used to be a block that was only found in the wild, but, you know, they've added the 9 ice to a packed ice recipe, so if you want, you can take a bunch of ice and do it that way. And then finally, they added blue ice in 1.13, if I'm not mistaken. Blue ice is an even less, you know, more icy ice, a less frictiony ice. It has the highest speeds if you put boats on it. It doesn't melt with anything nearby it. However, it is super rare to find in the wild, or you need to take 9 packed ice to get one of these, which means 81 of these, you know, ice on the left here makes 9 of these ice in the middle here, which makes just 1 blue ice. It's a super, super, super dense and therefore kind of super rich version of ice. And now you know about the different types of ice. Did you figure you'd get an ice explanation? I don't know if you did, but you better believe that's kind of fun. So yeah, that's it. Let's move to the next question, which comes in from Alpha24. My question may get buried under all of the others, but how are you doing today? So today, as in the day I record this, because the day I upload this, I'm somewhere in Australia. So good day, mate. I'm upside down. How exciting. But to actually answer your question, I'm having a pretty good day today. I woke up at something like 10 a.m., which is nice. I've been having a problem where I've been waking up late recently and also not having good sleep. I woke up late, but I got some good sleep involved. I had a pretty good morning, I would say. And yeah, now I'm recording a Q&A and I'm about to finish one of the more complex, oh no, the Let's Play episode you've already seen. So I'm about to do that thing that happened in the past. Wow, you know about my life because it's happened before now. But yeah, I'm having a pretty good day, I would say. There's fun things ahead of me. And also, because I ate so little for breakfast and lunch, I can totally have like a pizza for dinner, like a whole one if I want to. And that's like, if that's not the dream, if that's not the life you want to be living, then you're not living your life correctly, in my opinion. So with that said, let's move into the next question, which comes in from Yeetus Retus Deletus. Very interesting name. Will you play Minecraft VR for any chance? Probably not the VR setup requirements. Like, it's just too many things for me to care about right now, because I don't think VR Minecraft's an improvement. It's just a funny meme, and you know, I don't want to go through the effort for a meme, okay? I'm sorry, I just can't do that for you all. However, what I can do is answer Redknapp Bricks question, who says, if you were an outsider and you came across your channel, would you watch yourself? Explain. Kane. So this is actually what I go for my content. I've probably said this enough times already, but I want to make a channel that if I stumbled across, I'd be like, hey, I want to check this out. I'll subscribe, whatever's going on here. So yeah, my goal is to have like at least a video a week or every couple of weeks that's like a big hook for the channel because it just sounds so stupid. Something like, I don't know, extremist ideologies or beating Minecraft without jumping. Something that makes people go, really? Did someone do that? And then you watch, and then hopefully you find the video is interesting because, you know, in the Minecraft space, so many, you know, channels aim at like, you know, literal children, right? And that's fine, I guess. That's a good business move for them. But I feel like also regular, real people with actual feelings and, you know, thoughts and stuff should also have Minecraft content. So that's what I kind of actually go for. Good question, Redknapp Bricks. Allow me to give myself my own explanation. Did you really expect this to be a big off a Minecraft channel? Says Kidler. What sort of a name is Kidler? Is that, or Kiddier? Whatever. Anyway, they say, honestly, so when I started playing Minecraft, I honestly thought it'd be a small phase on the channel playing the weird, quirky console version of a game, and then it became something big. It became like, oh, this is like a full-on part-time job that I do alongside college. And then it became big enough, it's like, oh yeah, this is now, you know, the thing I do in my life, and it's the thing that people are very excited for every day. It's mind-blowing on that level in a way I can't really describe, but long story short, no, I didn't expect to be a Minecraft channel. It kind of like slipped into my lap, and it's something I love, it's something I enjoy, but I had no expectations, and especially where we are now is like we're one of the bigger Minecraft channels, not even in like the console world or even just the Bedrock world, but in the overall world, right? And that is scary for me to think about, honestly, on some level. So with that said, let's move to the next question, which comes in from an Angry Ram, and they ask, if you could undo one thing you've done / said, what would it be and why? And it would be answering this question. So let's move into the next one. No, I'll just real briefly say, like, I don't know, I've done too many stupid things to be like, there's this one thing I really want to undo, or there's this really stupid thing that I've said that I want to unsay. Because, I mean, honestly, like, the things you do, the things you say, become a part of your history. And I think that history makes you a richer person as a whole. Or maybe it doesn't, who knows for sure. Let's move into the next question from Person, who says, what are your thoughts on the new Piglin and Piglin Beast mobs? Do you like them or do you prefer zombie pigmen? Honestly, I think they're kind of exciting looking. Obviously, there's going to be zombified piglins too. I think the bartering system sounds like it might be fun, but I'm going to reserve my thoughts on them as a whole until we actually see them because they seem cool, but so many Minecraft features seem cool and then lack the depth behind it, which is important in my opinion. Next up, the question comes in from G Bay, who is a Toy Cat member, as you can see from those little Toy Cat sunglasses next to their name, and they say, have you ever tried a toast sandwich, 2 pieces of bread with toast in the center? I actually have not. I really want to try that now. The only reason that I'm not doing it literally this minute as part of the video is because I don't own any bread, because I've gone over this before, right? Bread is just not a thing you can have if you're a single dude living by yourself, and yeah, sadly, I live in a world without bread, and I can't try it right now, but I'd love to in the near future. Next up, we have... I asked for 68 questions, the best 68. This came up in that list. This is a real thing on the list, and that's how terrible, you know, people are with their questions, you know? With that said, though, let's move to the next one, which comes in from Bert the Bee. What are some things you'd love to have change added to the Nether? I want the Nether to be as explorable, customizable, unique, and interesting feeling as the overworld. I want my moment, you know, I've said this before, when calm starts playing, when you're in the forest and there's some wolves nearby, that is perfection. That is the moment you're going after. However, there's no real Nether equivalent, like, oh, well, I slayed some blazes. No, I want to have that perfect exploration moment where I find something beautiful, something unique that I've never seen before for the first time. I want to have something new to do that makes me go, yeah, this is beautiful, and that's what I want in the Nether update, Mr. Bert the Bee. With that said, though, let's move into Cell Max's question. If you could have a new dimension, what would it look like and what would it have? 3 dimensions is enough, honestly. I would love a 4th dimension if they did something with it like that helped you with the overworld. So maybe there's a dimension you can go into only for 30 seconds at a time if you get a bunch of something there, and all of the stone is replaced with, I don't know, like air or with, I don't know, dirt or, you know, something like that. Have it be some permutation off the overworld, because then you can you do some interesting stuff with that, I feel like. I think having 3 dimensions is pretty good otherwise. People always ask for the Aether, but the Aether is the end, and so I think that 3 dimensions is pretty good for now. I'd like to see them updated, like how Jeb does, and guess what? That's what's going to be happening, because Jeb, it happens to be the lead of Minecraft, and therefore he gets to decide what happens, and therefore, if he agrees with me, guess who's getting updates to the end before we get a new dimension? This guy. But I guess all of these people watching this video, too. So with that said, let's move to Jose Daniel Herrera's question, who says, what's the difference between each type of battery apart from the size? Honestly, I actually assumed they were all the same, besides the size. If I had to guess without Googling it, which I'm going to do right now, I would have guessed that they're all the same, but the bigger ones have more capacity, and the smaller ones have less, but some things require less power. So let's find out what it really is. Okay, so I've looked into it, and they all have the exact same voltage, 1.5 volts, at least in the standardized Western world that we all live in. However, they do have different capacities, and as well as different capacities, because the bigger batteries are of course bigger, there's more surface area of contact, and therefore more charge can escape at a single time. Meaning if you need more charge to get into a thing, you use the D-size batteries or the AA or whatever else. And if you don't need much charge at once, and also you don't need much capacity, because there's very little being used, you use the AAA batteries. Why did I answer that question? Why is this in here? Why have I not fired my assistant yet? I genuinely do not know. With that said though, let's move into the next question, which comes in from SpecExe. We're on question 15 now, by the way. What's your favorite place that you've traveled to? It's really hard to say. Singapore always comes like top of the list. The place I've been back to the most has been America, so maybe you count that as a thing, or maybe you count the states individually, in which case I have been to Germany the most, but I had a German girlfriend, so maybe that biases the numbers on that one. As far as what my actual favorite place is though, I love Japan so much and recommend it to everyone. It's like one of the biggest cultural differences in a lot of good ways, you know? And yeah, it's always like the go-to easy option, but Japan, Singapore, Hong Kong, Asia as a whole is a wacky experience if you are not an Asian, well, I guess I'm an Asian person, but if you're not a Asian raised heritage person, then you might enjoy going to Asia, is my recommendation. But my also recommendation is not to answer 68 questions in one video, because question 16 comes in from Jay Robertson. What is an idea you have for your survival world that you haven't started? Well, as of me making this video, it's an Enderman farm, but that's gonna happen now. So an idea that I won't have started by the time this video comes out, so I can pretend this is timely and I recorded this the day that it's coming out, even though I'm physically not on the right side of the planet to make it, because continuity is important to me. So something that I really want to start, but just kind of haven't, is a big kind of mob grinder. I really want to use the Death Star as something evil, because it fits like, if you don't know, I've got like a big half dome I was trying to make. It messed up. I feel like it'd make a good Death Star if I could finish it. I'd love to finish that one day and turn it like something evil, something mob grindery. Another one would be a mega beacon, I guess. I really want a mega beacon. I think that'd be a fun project. I need to get better ways to kill the Wither, I guess. And that's something I'll work on in the near future. Speaking of things I'll work on in the near future, Pogman8888 asks, will you be doing more collabs with Silent Whisperer in more videos in the future? Yeah, he wants to do it. I want to do it. So it'll happen, assuming neither of our minds change. Easy answer to that one. Number 18 comes in from Kate Creep, who says, what was your favorite realm experiment to make? My favorite realm experiment to make was probably the first communist one, because no one was really expecting anything from it. No one really knew what was going on there, and I had a lot of fun just coming up with different ideas. And again, there's a real problem, at least for me. Maybe I'm broken as a human being for this, but like the more people expect from me, the worse that I generally do. And when people are just asking, do a new realm experiment, it kills all of my desire to want to do one. So yeah, my favorite realm experiment was the big one that kind of like, I guess, took off the series, that made it go wild, and honestly to some extent took off my entire channel, because it was so fun to make, and I love that people enjoyed seeing it too. North Korea was also fun. I underrated one here, but like trying to catch hackers, it didn't go well, but like I thought that was a really fun experiment too. Again, I try to do experiments when I find them fun. If you're curious what the next realm experiment is, which I bet is one of these questions, right? I'm just gonna say 2019 at some point. I've got a fun idea. I just need to get it set up, and you know, that's a hard thing to do sometimes, okay? So with that said, let's move to the next question, which comes in from Ryan Lopez, who says, what do you think was the best and worst thing of 2019 thus far? He says this far, so I'm gonna disqualify your question. Can't even spell, man. So what's the best thing in 2019? For me, the channel explosion. We went from like, oh yeah, I don't know if we're gonna, you know, like be a YouTuber in the next 2 years, to like, oh man, apparently a lot of people enjoy seeing this Minecraft stuff, and they like it when I talk about communism in Minecraft for whatever reason. So yeah, best and worst thing in 2019. Best thing was the big explosion in Minecraft and the channel. Worst thing was your spelling, Mr. Ryan Lopez. Yeah, that'll teach you to spell incorrectly. Let's move to the next question, which comes in from Musical Gaming, who says, if you could add anything to Minecraft, what would it be and why? So if I could add literally anything to Minecraft that I wanted to, you know, I only get one feature, but that feature can be anything. It's a cave update, right? Honestly, like, I would say cave biomes, because that can include so much. I think you need to pick a broad category. If it's someone asks, what do you want to add to Minecraft, and you say bees, then you're not picking broadly enough, right? You need to add something that adds a lot of new content in a lot of ways. I would love to see a bunch bunch of new structures, or I'd love to see cave biomes, or I'd love to see something like that that can really change Minecraft as a whole while being one feature. But you know, I'm kind of tricking your question there. So yeah, I'd love to see something sort of caves if I pick a bit one feature, and cave biomes is probably the best idea. Let's move into the 21st question. Wow, the number of these questions in this Q&A is legal now. I'll take you out for a drink. Did I get the American drinking age right? We'll find out on screen right now. I'll show you every single state and their drinking age, or I won't. I mean, it's going to be edited on there. Oh, wow, what's that? Toycat does know his stuff. Even though it's actually legally controlled by the states, they all pick 21 because you don't get funding for your highways unless your drinking age is 21. It's a weird rule, but let's move into Sarah Holloway's question, who says, what was your biggest inspiration for your early YouTube career? So when I started YouTube and I was kind of just like, maybe this would work as some promotion for something else eventually. Like, I don't really know what I was doing. I was just like, I like Flash games, I'll share them with the world. When I later moved into, I guess let's call it the Modern Warfare videos, the Call of Duty videos to be more specific, my inspiration then was like this budding community of like, I guess, commentators, and I was like, oh yeah, I like listening to these dudes talk about whatever it is. It doesn't even have to be related to the game they're playing, like sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't, but I love when they just talk real facts, real life advice for whatever it is, and I really loved that, and that was always the inspiration. Like, that's why I always spoke in my videos, even when I was terrible at speaking. I wanted to get good at commentating. I wanted to get good at talking over things, and yeah, it's kind of funny that it's circled back around to like, it's kind of similar to what I do in modern day Minecraft, right? I kind of do a similar type of thing, but you know, like in a different game, and I think it's interesting personally. But let's move into this 22nd question, which comes in from Fishing Crafter. What editing software does your editor use? So, here's a fun fact about me you might not know. I actually, so I have a main editor, Legendary Potato, Miss Potato Man, you might know him as. He's made videos such as the Karen thing, such as a lot of upcoming stuff. He always does the big projects, and basically he does most of the editing. He does that in Sony Vegas, but then I also have an editor, you might know him as Jacob, but his name is Aaron. He does a lot of the stream project stuff. He does that in, I think it's called like FL Studio. It's a free program to use actually. And then I have an assistant who is editing this video, who does it in Premiere. You might say, Toycat, free editors, that's really crazy. Also, I've got one for the second channel who uses iMovie, but you might say, Toycat, 3/4/ kind of ugly 5 editors, that's probably going too many. However, it's just like, it's the most convenient way to get stuff done. I like to release a lot of videos. You might have worked out, I release, like a video every day on this channel. So, you know, a lot of stuff has to be always going to a lot of different people who have to be always working on stuff. And rather than, you know, one editor working on 6 videos a week, I think it works better to have it distributed amongst multiple people, including myself sometimes. So now you know, what editing software do they use? All of them. But this video was being edited in Premiere, so if you like it more than normal, blame Premiere. If you like it less than normal, blame the editor, @ToyCatA. Send them a meme if you liked the video, and send them, I don't know, a picture of a sad cat if you didn't like the video. So with that said, let's move into the next question, which comes in from Xeon Trask, who says, what's a crazy thing that's happened for you IRL? There's a lot of stories I tell on the channel. I'm always cautious of like trying to go for like the craziest one midway through a Minecraft video. So we'll go for like a really tame crazy thing and say I was in the Dominican Republic a year and a half ago now, I want to say, and while I was in the Dominican Republic, I decided to get off the bus one stop early, and then I had to walk 5 minutes through a area that wasn't recommended. It wasn't the safe tourist zone. I figured 5 minutes through a dangerous area. What's the worst that could happen? Well, as it turns out, the worst that could happen is my phone could be stolen from my hands by a person who ran very fast onto a bike. I ran into the middle of the road to chase him to get on the bike, but I guess a motorbike to be precise. Couldn't do it. Was running after the bike for quite a little bit, and then that's how I lost a phone that I literally spent like the month before like $900 something on to buy unlocked in America to save money, and then I lost it instantly. So what's the craziest thing that happened? Probably not that, but I think it's a good example of like, wow, world's a terrible place, eh? Speaking of the world being a terrible place, this question is terrible from Joe Garbo, probably. I mean, his name is Joe Garbo. It's probably a Garbo question, right? So what is the biome you would love to be updated that's not yet or has been updated? So, honestly, I would say the biome that could do the most work is the regular forest. The one with just oak trees and stuff. It never feels, to me at least, as great as it did back in the day. Maybe that's something they can never change. But I would love it if the forests and the roof forests and the birch forests all felt like unique and interesting places with reasons to go in there besides wood. Maybe that's a silly thing to want, but that would be my guess, because again, there's so many just fun memories from them. So with that said, let's move into the next question, which comes in from I don't have a square head, sad face, who says, on a scale of 1 to 10, how often do you question your sanity? 68 plus 1 is the answer to your question. So with that said, let's move to the next one, which comes in from John Ox, the 26th question. Wow, we are going deep through the ages now. We are now an old man, basically, because we're midway through our 20s. John Ox says, what is your favorite meme about yourself? My favorite memes are the ones where people take my cat picture and they combine it with like a famous cat and then they make something else. My profile picture right now on Twitter is a very fat cat combined with my cat, and it's super adorable in my opinion. I like it a lot, and yeah, I don't know, it's a fun little meme format. Obviously, like the cave update stuff is fun. I like that as well. And there's, I guess that, yeah, like that's my favorite one meme if I have to answer, John Ox. But if I don't have to answer, let's move into the next one, which comes in from Morph Master, who says, what do you personally think of this? How are you meant to actually say that when people do that? I don't know, but it's Steve climbing up to a plane. Well, here's the problem with that, right? Planes move very fast, so Steve would be hit by the wing in an instant, and he would fall down and die. Otherwise, what do I think of it? I don't think many things, sadly. It's a fun image. Good on you for stealing it from somewhere and sending it to me, I guess. The next question comes in from Sophie, who asks, what's your favorite breed of cat? My favorite breed of cat, if I was allowed to just pick a cat and be happy that way, as a kid I had a Persian, and I used to think like, oh, Persians are the best, they're lovely. No, they look sad all the time. They don't really ever love you. I mean, no cats ever really love you, but like, I would say definitely not that. I think, I don't know if this is a breed or if it's just a color, but I think like a tortoiseshell cat, they're super cute. The only cat that I really veto are the hairless cats, because I once, a very long time ago, went on a single date with a girl. Actually, maybe it was a couple dates. But we were, and like one of the things that comes up on the first date is like, oh, I have a cat. And you know, like I said in my good advice video, what you got to do is you got to ask about the girl's animal. And she's like, oh, it's a hairless cat. Let me show you a picture. This was an ugly cat, but whatever. You know, like looks aren't everything when it comes to cats, as long as they're loving, right? No, this cat, she was describing it. It sounded like the most abusive ex-boyfriend I've ever heard. It's like, oh yeah, well, she's really loving, and sometimes she scratches me randomly. She destroys all my stuff while I'm gone, but I love her for it. And it's like, you need to get out of this abusive relationship you have with your cat. She didn't, and you know, so to this day I sometimes wonder if she's still being abused by that cat. With that said though, let's move to the next question, which comes in from, oh wait, real quick, that was the girl who cheated in Minecraft, and that's why there's a whole fun story with that. Anyway, that said, let's move to the next question, which comes in from the Cookie Nation, who says, would you rather have a cave update that removes cats, or never have a cave update? Have a cave update that removes cats. Easy, Cookie Nation. You think that's a question? Do you think I enjoy cats as a feature? Yeah, they're cute in real life. Can you pet them in Minecraft? Not until you play Minecraft VR. See, all these questions are coming together now. But yeah, no, that sounds really stupid. Let's move to question number 30. We are going deep on these questions today. When you started your YouTube, did your target audience stay the same as it is today, considering your content is more mature, sort of? So when I started YouTube, my target audience was something I didn't really consider. And then when I really started to think about it was maybe when I was like 17. I was like, actually, I think there needs to be not mature content, but like content that isn't aimed at one particular demographic. I hate when you can clearly tell you're trying to be cool with the teenagers, or trying to be cool with the kids, or trying to distance yourself from all of that together. I don't see why you need to do that sort of thing. And I think, honestly, maybe because, you know, like being 17, now 24, being like my age, I can be like, I'm like in between all those demographics. I feel like pandering super hard to try and get all the kids to watch you, so they tell their friends and you get the biggest, like, I think that's actually not a great strategy, or maybe it is a good strategy, but it's not a good thing to make me happy with what I make. I want my stuff to be enjoyable to anyone who wants to watch it. Like, I want anyone who wants to jump on the train to be able to, and again, maybe it's a bad idea, but it's what I do, and I use myself as the kind of barometer for that one. So yeah, that's the answer, Banana Guy XD. But let's move into the next question, which comes in from Riven the Duck, who says, assistant, may I speak with your manager? My iced coffee was only -6 degrees instead of the promised -7, and if they're not out here in the next 15 seconds, just real quick here, I just want to clarify, if it's an iced coffee and it's below 0 degrees, it would freeze, right? So if your iced coffee was only -6 degrees, it's still just a block of coffee, right? Why are you ordering coffee at -7 degrees, you idiot duck? I hope you file a lawsuit against me, Mr. Riven. With that said, though, let's move to the next question, which comes in from Francois, who says, what was the worst moment for you during the, what seems to me like, impossible Minecraft challenges? Oh, man, don't give me flashbacks. Every time I do one, I think to myself, why did I do this to myself? Why do I deserve this? The one that hurts the most was No Hunger. We actually had a perfect everything set up. We were in the Nether, and then I just walked one block too far, fell into a sea of lava, and it was over. That one hurt so bad because I could see the run finally coming together. I was gonna do the impossible, and I never could do that one. Other examples are just like killing Enderman, like looking for Enderman. I spend hours of my day doing that, and I hate it every single time, honestly. So, yeah, what was the worst moment? That. It happens every run, and I hate it so much, and it's one of the reasons why I'm always cautious of starting another one. Like, I want to do Minecraft with no moving, but someone's going to be like, oh, this is just like the 2-minute GIF I've already seen, but real, and I don't know, I just want to not go through that for a bit. So, with that said, let's move into the next question, which comes in from Bergier King, who says, this isn't a question, but more. Well, I mean, it's a Q&A, so what are you doing there? But, asking for permission, I found your stream about placing glass all over the end, and I wanted to ask if I could do the same, but in the nether and the end in my survival world. So I want to clarify right now, I don't own any copyright or patents or whatever else, I guess IP, with regards to the stuff in the Let's Play world. I actually really like it if you want to replicate something. Obviously, it's cool if you put up like a little inspired by Twitch sign, but you don't owe me anything. You don't have to ask for permission. I think it's really cool that you did though, Burger King. I appreciate that a lot. Or Bergier King. What is your name, man? Anyway, with that said, or Wolf rather. What's the next question comes in from Ryan, which says, do you like apples on pizza? You see what I have to answer? You see why these are terrible? Gabe says, what's your favorite build? I mean, favorite build in what? You see why these questions are bad? Do you like garlic bread or cheese bread more? How long have you been playing Minecraft? You know garlic bread, wait, does it have cheese on it? At least the garlic bread they give at Subway does. But yeah, cheese bread, obviously. Cheese on bread. Honestly, the only reason pizza works is because cheese is amazing, especially melted. Bread is amazing. It's hard to mess up if you have both those ingredients. How long have I been playing Minecraft, though? The answer to that one is 7 years, if I'm not mistaken. In fact, I think I've been playing 7 years on the same world recently, so I guess since 2011 would make that 8 years, 8 and like a bit years now, since I started playing. So a long time is the easy answer to your question. Next question comes in from Carson LaBelle. Have you ever considered starting a podcast? I'm starting one soon with a friend who likes geography as well. It's called Geography for the Blind. Hilarious, I know. But regards to like doing a podcast regularly, I don't know. I feel like the golden age of podcasts starting, where everyone wanted more podcasts, is kind of over. Now everyone has all the podcasts they need, and I kind of like the hybrid format of YouTube videos that some people choose to watch as podcasts. If you have YouTube Red or YouTube Premium, whatever it's called, you can watch them as podcasts, and you support the channel way better because you're watching a long time with a but you know, like pro tip, if you do have YouTube Red, listen to my videos in the background. I'll be very happy if you do, because it counts towards the watch time, which counts towards the amount that it pays. And you know, YouTube Red viewers are worth way more than YouTube non-regular viewers. What is it called? YouTube Premium now? I don't know. I pay for it just before I leave, so I'll probably have YouTube Premium as I'm watching this. And I know that like to the people I'm watching, yeah, I'm worth a little bit more. I'm helping these guys out. It makes me feel good. And now you know the secret. I don't know how I answered your question with YouTube Premium, Carson LaBelle. I'm sorry, but yeah, basically no and yes, but also no. Next up, we have TJ Pro, who says, what if I don't want to ask a question? Then I shall not answer it, TJ Pro. 39 comes in from Toxic, who says, what's the time that you've gone closest to dying in real life? Also, I was first to this, so I should get priority. Were you really first, or did you just not see the other comments? But to answer your question, this is going back to YouTube, by the way, I think the closest I've come to dying in like a physical sense was like, I don't know. I've gone skiing a lot of times and gotten some really dicey situations. I've like fallen off very absurd things, and like snow saves me, but sometimes there's not always snow. If I land on something hard, something will crack and break and I'll die. I'm sure that'll happen at some point. It'll be great. But as far as what's the closest I've gotten to dying, as best I know, honestly, I don't know if this is a good idea to tell, so, but I took a surprising amount of caffeine one night, and you might say took, yeah, you can buy it in pill form. Don't buy it in pill form. Maybe I took a little less than the lethal dose 50 for a human of my weight and size, and therefore I think the odds of me dying were something like 30 to 40%. It was a really stupid evening. Pro tip, when you take a lot of caffeine, time slows down and you get tired. You shouldn't want to know that. Please, it's a bad idea for anyone to know that, but I can tell you that I know that, and I can also tell you that I didn't die, fortunately, but I'm an idiot for getting to the stage where I almost could. So yeah, if that was bleeped, then that's because that was a bad story. Well, if it's bleeped, it sounds way worse. I think you shouldn't bleep it. Anyway, with that said, let's move to the next question, which comes in from Jeffrey Floyd Jr., who says, do you like watermelon with ketchup? Unrelated story, but I somewhat recently dated a Filipino, and apparently in the Philippines, they put banana in their ketchup. So there's a fun fact for you. All the Filipino viewers out there, shout outs to your banana ketchup, I guess. With that said, let's move into question number 41, which comes in from Tomothy YT, who says, if you could wake up speaking any new language without putting in effort to learn it, which language would it be and why? Clearly I need to learn English better so YouTube can actually have correct automatic subtitles for my intros. But yeah, if I could pick that. But I'm gonna ignore the second thing about snowy snow. I'm sorry, I don't know how much snowier the snowy it can get. I just don't know, man. But if I had to pick a language, I would probably say Spanish, because there's so many countries where Spanish is the lingua franca. Like, Russian gets you pretty far in Russia and some parts of Ukraine and Belarus and stuff. I get that. Chinese would get you really far in that one country and the ones nearby it. But I think the one that gets you furthest in the most number of different unique countries would be Spanish. So I might pick Spanish. Or actually, wait, if I can just wake up and do it, I think I'm picking Mandarin because it's so hard and people will be so impressed with me, like, oh, ni hao to you too, Mr. Andrews. And wait, fun fact, I only learned three words of Chinese, and when I made a friend once in Taiwan when I was walking up a mountain. Long story again. We don't have time for it, but I met a dude going up the thing, and he was like talking his basic English. I said ni hao to him, and he was mind blown. It was like, whoa, it's a white dude who knows a single word of Chinese. He was like, ni hao, ni hao, ni hao. He was so happy with that, and it made me feel bad because like even though he didn't know much English, he knew like a surprising amount. He managed to say, like he was talking about his ex-wife who moved to mainland China. He's like, if you love something, let it free. And I was like, Jesus Christ, man. Like, I need to learn the equivalent of if you love something, let it free in another language, because that is beautiful. And I don't know if I've ever told this story actually, but fun fact, now you know a thing about me. I'd love to speak Mandarin so I can say if you love something, let it free. Because you know what? If you love a language or you love a question, you should let it go free. And move into the 42nd question, which comes in from Dr. Guppy, who says, have you ever had any weird encounters with fans IRL? So let me tell you about this one great story. I was in, I don't know. And yeah, I realized I'm just never going to do that again. Anyway, so with that said, let's move into the next question, which comes in from Toykaz Maybe. What is the longest session of Minecraft you've ever played? I played Minecraft, it might have been the very first one I played. I've told the story before. When I first got into Minecraft, my friend was like, play this game. I was like, no, I'm not playing it. It looks stupid. And then I started playing. He fell asleep. I was playing when he woke up in the morning. Same world, same thing. I was that addicted and into it. I've definitely had some Minecraft sessions over the years that have come close to that. Like, I think I streamed Minecraft for 12 hours straight once, I think. But yeah, I for the most part, like, nowadays I just have lots of smaller sessions. Like, I'll play Minecraft for 2 hours in the morning. I'm going to play Minecraft for another 2 hours tonight. And that's probably a healthier way to do it because I have to make videos on it too. And there's, like, specific things you need for specific videos. So now you know, Toycats maybe. With that said, though, let's move into the 44th question, which comes in from Chari Kazar, who says, nice name, by the way. Is there never just one big cave? If so, this is a semi-victory for the Cave Update gang. I agree. What a happy time it is for us. However, let's move into Andre McCain's question, who says, what are your thoughts about PS4 not getting Bedrock in Minecon? This is really interesting, right? By the time this video goes live, this might be updated, because Sony has basically said any game can do crossplay now. I think that they were expecting that to happen earlier, or they decided that right then wasn't the perfect time because whatever thing is delaying it. Because we know 1.13 is likely the update they're going to need rolled out before Minecraft PS4 gets Bedrock. That's why the update's been delayed. But it's still very interesting to know what caused the minor or major delay to both 1.13 and PS4 for Bedrock. And I would love to know what it is, but no one actually knows, so I can speculate endlessly. Or I can move into question number 46, which comes in from James Wett, who says, there's a spider on your chair, question mark. The question mark means you have to answer. Apparently I do. So, there's a spider on my chair. No. With that said, let's move to Animation Arrow, who says, are you a good singer? If not, can we hear you sing? Because it'd be funny. Well, everyone's heard Savannah by Toto Cat, right? But what you might not know is that we also were going to make a parody to tell you to vote for Mountain Biome. I'm glad it wasn't necessary in the win, but I should be able to show you like 20 seconds of what was going to be the song. It was going to be a parody of Don't Stop Me Now. Vote mountains now, we'll be having such a good time with snowier snow. Vote mountains now, if you want to have a good time, just give it your vote. Vote Mountain, we'll be having a good time. Vote Mountain, yes, we'll be having such a good time. I don't want to vote Swampado. So the next question comes in from Ligma Fortnut, and you know what, with that name, no, I'm not going to do this, okay? So the next question comes in from Puff, who says Tridents or swords. Mine is Tridents since they do more damage without enchantments, and you can have cool enchantments like channeling and loyalty. You can't throw a sword, can you? I don't really like this as a question because they're obviously both used for different circumstances, right? The Trident is a better weapon when you are underwater, or if you want to enchant it in weird, quirky ways. And the sword is better if you want to enchant it to do damage, or you want to enchant it to obviously set things on fire, or you want to enchant it to get more loot from things. And getting more loot from things is obviously a very big deal to me, or maybe not obviously, but now you know. So with that said, Insalicio says, should I ask you a question? No. We have Irishman Gaming, who says, hey Toy Cat, what is your honest thoughts in bees in Minecraft? What do you think of the uses we can have of them, other than what we already know? So I think they're going to add more uses, such as the honeycomb block and stuff like that. I really hope bees have a real point. I hope they make honey more of a fun item. I hope they make bees a more useful part of the ecosystem, as opposed to just being a weird thing that spawns sometime. And yeah, that's the answer to your question. I think bees, as they stand right now, are a funny meme. Not much else. I hope they become more than that though. And yeah, that's my answer. Irishman Gaming Nailed It asked the 52nd question, which is, are you ever going to do a Java Seed Sunday or Let's Play? So obviously, Java Let's Play doesn't make sense because Let's Play Monday is the same world. It's gone from console to Bedrock, but it's still the same world, and I'd have to transfer back. It basically no, as far as Let's Play on Java. Maybe I'll start a brand new Let's Play to do the hardcore, 100 challenge thing. Again, that's an idea for the future. But with regards to will I do Java Seed Sunday, I've done it before, and it dies on the channel. People don't care about Java Seeds. At least they don't care about Java Seeds from me. Is the implication there? And yeah, I don't know. I guess Java Seeds are such an oversaturated market. They've been out there for years and years, whereas there aren't many Bedrock seed channels, at least that I know of, and maybe that's why that works for me. So with that said, what are your passions outside of YouTube? Wow, you get 2 questions. Nailed it. Go you. My passions outside of YouTube are probably traveling, skiing, and I don't know, not answering questions about my passion. So the 54th question here comes in from Radical Monkey for the win. What's better for a starting pickaxe, Fortune or Silk Touch? So if it's a starting pickaxe, it probably doesn't have either enchantment, is my impression. If you had to pick one or the other, and then you couldn't have another one for a really long time, I would say Silk Touch, because you can Silk Touch things up and then use them later with Fortune. But if you're going just mining with this pickaxe, if you don't care about getting glass and getting ice and getting blue ice and all these other things, beehives even, post-bee update, I would say Fortune is obviously better, because it just saves you a step in the process that maybe you don't care about. And yeah, that's my simple answer. If you care about building with weird blocks, Silk Touch is objectively better. If you don't care, Fortune's easier. So easy versus better is the kind of thing there. And a lot of people choose easy over better every single day. And that's why so many people go to Burger King. I'm just saying, no offense to Burger King from earlier, but Burger King is one of those places that I feel like only exists because it's worked its way into people's minds as a place you technically will get a burger from. It's never good value for money. It's never a particularly great burger. It's just like, oh yeah, this is food, and now I will not starve to death. With that said though, Micah Williams asks, why won't you ever make any Guardian farms? I think I tried to make one and the mechanics just didn't really work in my head or anything, and I was like, why do I need a Guardian farm? And then I realized I didn't need a Guardian farm, and then I stopped working on it. So that's the simple answer, Micah Williams. However, the G Money asks, would you rather have super strength or super smart? So as someone who is already super smart and super strong, no, I would say of the two of them, super smarts will get you a lot further in life. Being super strong is not always that useful. Like, if I'm super strong and someone has a gun, do you know who wins that fight? The guy with the gun. If I'm super strong, the guy has a knife even. The guy with the knife is gonna win, or at least he's gonna hurt me a bunch, right? So, yeah, super strength seems really useful, but like, even as a below average strength, I'm assuming I'm below average strength, probably like, let's say average, very slightly below average strength dude, right? My arms are quite skinny, I think is fair to say. Even with that said, I can still beat up any child you throw at me, so that's what, like, a quarter of the population already. Anyone below the age of like 15 or 18 can beat them up already if I want to. Anyone who is, of the female gender, I assume. Let's say like the strongest 10% of women can beat you up, but the difference between the average guy and like the average woman means that if I wanted to, already can beat up a lot of the population. I don't want to beat up any women or children. I'm just saying though, don't want to brag, but I think I could. So yeah, with regards to like, do I need super strength? I don't really think so. I mean, I don't get in many situations where I need to beat up a dude, and if I did get in situations like that, then I wouldn't want to because it's quite illegal to do so. Whereas super smarts, there are situations all the time where I'm like, I'm an idiot, such as, why did I just say publicly on the internet that I could probably beat up a bunch of women and children? That's not a phrase that's ever going to be useful. That's just something people are going to take the wrong way and be like, what do you mean women are less strong than men? What do you do using statistics right here? It's something that's, you know, it's going to get me in more trouble than it's worth, right? And if I was super smart, I'd know not to say stuff like that. And also I'd come up with business ideas and investing, and basically I'd be a lot richer. And, you know, money is a superpower by itself, which you get with super smarts. Is a thing, I would say. So with that said, let's move to the next question, which comes in from Nate Watson, who says, is there a reason you never seem to do any redstone builds? So there is a reason, and it's that I really hate redstone, honestly. I really try to keep redstone simple because it's not fun to watch redstone, in my opinion. You can disagree. Again, I'm just talking about myself. It's not fun to watch redstone. When you don't understand redstone, it just seems like a black box where things go in and things go out. And honestly, to me, I try to understand every piece of redstone I do. Sometimes things just don't make sense and they don't work for no reasons. It's a perfect copy of a thing I've seen on YouTube, but it also just doesn't work. And it's just like, why is redstone like this? Redstone is one of the most interesting parts of Minecraft, but I think it's a terrible thing for the YouTube channel, which is why I don't do it. So Jose Martine says, my friend thinks you are weird. Is that true? No, your friend's weird. What? Who's your friend think they are? I'll fight your friend. If they're a woman or a child, at least. With that said, let's move to the next question, which comes in from the Beefless Cow, who says, does Mike Wazowski wink or blink? What is that question? See, bad question. So Luke Deterring says, I would never ask a question, but how do you feel about Minecraft puns? I think they are the bee's knees, and I think that before we had Minecraft puns, especially ones about a brand new insect, our life was unbelievably worse than it is right now. So with that said, let's move to the 61st question. Do you think dogs should have armor? Stupid question. Which means it is a stupid question, but I'll answer anyway. Dogs shouldn't have armor, no, because they're dogs. And no. DJ9935 says, can you say something funny? Okay, I'm gonna prepare for this one. Whew, okay, I'm gotta psych myself up. It's, you know, I've got one opportunity to do this. Something funny. So with that said, let's move to the 63rd question, which comes in from Liam Akivis, who says, actually try to do an American accent, you can do it. Well, you see, the problem with America is there's so many different accents. You can try to have one accent, but then all of a sudden it's like, I'm walking over here and you're talking like a New Yorker. And I don't even actually do correct accents when I try American. It just all ends up like cowboy. And eventually, if you do it long enough, everything turns to Indian anyway and you offend the whole world that way. So now you know why I don't do an American accent all the time. I'm trying my best to actually learn American accents whenever I go. I love accents, like it's one of my favorite things in the world. But I also am not good at learning them. So with that said, Darkest Hunter says, what was your favorite update to Minecraft so far? My favorite update was probably, I know I really liked 1.14 because it added so much gameplay value. But other than that, it'd either be the adventure update because it was the last time they added a cave feature to the game. That's right, 2011 is when ravines came, and abandoned mineshafts and strongholds too. Last major underground additions. Incidentally, it's when, I want to say just after that was when Jeb took over after Notch. Maybe Jeb just hates the underground. That's a theory I've just come up with on the spot right now, 45 minutes into a Q&A. But yeah, with regards to you know, my favorite update to Minecraft, either the 1.0, the adventure update, whatever they were calling it, but back at the time, or, you know, like when they released the game finally, 1.6 because it's the last time they added animals that were actually good, or potentially 1.14. I'm kind of, those are the three contenders that immediately hit my brain. I might be forgetting a really obvious one, like the update that changed the world. I don't know that. It's a thing I could talk about forever, but we can't talk about your question forever because username asks, do you think Minecraft will add new potions in the Nether from new plants found in blue Neverwalk forests? What kind of potions do you think you could see coming to Minecraft? So, I would actually love to see new potions come in this because the Nether's always been part of the, you know, potion variety. Like, almost everything in the Nether, gas tears, blaze powders, blaze rods themselves, I think, actually, as well. Magma creams, all these different items are used in potions because the Nether has a very strong link to potions. So it would be wild to me if, not necessarily the blue Neverwalk forest, but, like, you know, somewhere in the Nether as a whole, in one of the brand new biomes, there wasn't some form of brand new thing in that way. So yeah, I don't know what it would be, but I definitely would love to see a new type of potion come into Minecraft. Even if it's something stupid like blindness or the opposite of blindness. What is, I guess, seeing? I guess we already have night vision. But I feel like there are some great ideas for potions that already exist in the Minecraft game code. Luck potions could come to survival and actually have a use. There's lots of fun ideas I'd like to see. But let's move into the next question from Jerry Mellon, who says, in one of your videos, you said that you have convinced yourself that famous people aren't real. Do you think you are real? So I don't think I'm famous. You might say you have 1.3 million subscribers. Of course you're famous. But I mean, how many people watch a given video? How many views does this video have? Probably less than 10,000 if you're a hardcore subscriber. If you're watching this like a few days after it's come live, somewhere in the low five digits, right? Like, okay, sure, yeah, there's a lot of a lot of people watching, but when you compare it to the exposure that actually famous people have, like I don't know, like if an episode of Friends gets 17 million views, or did when it was first aired, an episode of like a pretty successful TV show is somewhere in the millions, and although some YouTubers get millions of views per video and maybe could arguably be celebrities in their own ways, I definitely don't think I'm anywhere near those lists. And maybe you think that's me being charitable or uncharitable. I don't know which. But yeah, I'm real because I'm not a celebrity. If I was a full-on genuine celebrity, I think that might break me as a person. So yeah, let's make sure, get Toycat to 10 million subscribers. Don't ever get me to 100 million though, because that might break my fundamental being as a person. And I just can't go through that right now. You know, I've got plans to learn to drive before the end of the year. I've got like, I want to host a New Year's party. I can't do that if I'm emotionally destroyed as a human being. So we're gotta put those off to the side. Anyway, Jeremiah the Death Egg says, opinions on illagers seemingly being marketed as Minecraft's main antagonist. I think it's really weird because the raids are marketed as this huge cool thing, but I also think it's not a great fit for Minecraft because they're kind of humanish characters without a clear motivation. I think if you're going to add something like that to Minecraft, they need to have some clear purpose as to why they're raiding the village, somewhere they put the stuff, or I know we need more in-game details to match the lore for that if we're going to try and call them the antagonists, like the marketing does, rather than just kind of ham-handedly doing it now, because that's kind of how it is in my opinion. Anyway, the next question we've got from Lord Meow Sambo. Yo, Toycat, if a game developer came up to you and told you that you could add any block to Minecraft, what would it be and why? So here's me being clever and tricking the question again, which is totally not what you want, but you're getting it anyway. So I want more than one Minecraft block. So I'd ask for like maroon concrete powder or something. So one, you get maroon concrete at the very least, right? Has to turn into concrete as well. And then once they add maroon to the concrete powder, you're like, oh, well, you've got to add maroon wool and maroon clay and maroon, all these other things, maroon glazed terracotta, and boom, I just got us like 7 brand new blocks. You're welcome, internet. So yeah, that's my clever workaround to your single question. So with that said, let's move into the last question here. I wanted 68. For some reason, that extra one was really important to the editor though. So this is the 69th question from 2Hoos with Antivirus, who says, how would you celebrate if a cave update were to be revealed? You better believe if a cave update is going to be revealed, we are going to do a mega stream on this channel where we just sit in Minecraft caves and think about how much worse they were before until the update comes out. Or maybe when the update does itself come out, we'll just spend like an entire day of real life time inside a new Minecraft cave. I don't know which way I want to do it, but I would be so hyped to explore any new part of the world and know there are new things underground, things to keep you entertained and interested. I would love it so much. I would love it more than I love you, subscriber, for deciding to hit that subscribe button, maybe even with the notification bell attached. At the end of this video, because it's very long, you might have seen some duplicate gameplay, but trust me, it was worth it for the bond that we have emotionally, you and I. And also, by the way, everyone thank the editor for going through the effort of finding all of these questions and then editing this together with all the weird things I requested in the meantime. So yeah, send them a thank you at ToyCatA on Twitter. Or if you disliked it, make sure to send them a picture of a sad cat. Can cats look sad? Don't cats always arguably look sad? But yeah, do your thing if you want to. And for now, I hope you all enjoyed this video, because I'll see you all in the next one. Seed Sunday, I assume, because this is Q&A Saturday. I don't know, man. It's wacky. It's 2019. Things don't make sense anymore, do they? So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.